Those sounds that include not only one frequency are called complex sounds. They contain many frequencies and they are aperiodic. That means they don't have any specific period. A good example would be a guitar note. It has a beginning, it has an end, and it never repeats itself during the time. If you divide that guitar sound into periods, you will find out that most of them will look similar, but in fact all of them will be slightly different. Complex sounds also include different loudness, clarity, harshness and character, and actually all those characteristics are basically timbre. Ideally, if you get a bunch of simple sounds and layer them together, you can construct a new complex sound from the start. The word transient itself means something that doesn't last long. That's exactly why those sounds were named like this, because they have a very fast attack and a very fast decay, and those sounds are mostly produced by percussion instruments. These sounds tend to have lots of harmonics and a great alteration in their volume due to their nature. As an example, we can examine a recorded waveform of a snare drum. You all know what a snare drum is, right? So as you can see in the beginning of the sound, we have a very long peak, which actually indicates that it has a very fast attack. After that, you can see it has a very fast decay, and it goes down to a very quiet level until it stops entirely. The periodic motion distinguishes if a sound is a note or a noise. It has to exist in order to create a musical sound, and that's because musical notes have a very definite and specific pitch. On the contrary, noises are the exact opposite and they do not have any specific pitch. In order for a sound to have pitch, it has to have regular vibrations, like the ones we mentioned before. So, if a sound has regular vibrations, it can create compressions and rarefactions and therefore have sustainable periods. So, periodic motion describes exactly that, the movement of a sound that constantly repeats itself. Noises have irregular movements, and that causes them not to have a definite pitch, and that's why exactly our brain conceives them as noises. Now, a sound, to be able to create a sustainable periodic motion, has to obey two rules. A, to be elastic. The sound source has to be able to return to its original position after being vibrated. For example, a string of a guitar. When you hit it, it vibrates and creates a sound. Then when it stops, it returns to its original position. And B, an energy source. In this case of the guitar string, it will be the hand of the guitarist that forces the string to vibrate. We've come to an end for the sound basics for beginners. Hopefully, I will see all of you in the intermediate tutorials where we're going to discuss about phase, wavelength, amplitude and many other things. Don't forget to follow me on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and of course Udemy and all the other online university platforms that I've been publishing these tutorials. And of course, be a patron and support what I'm doing in Patreon if you want it. Thank you very much, see you in the next tutorial.
Haven't you